it's ranked like 30, 33, 37 area of the Wi-Fi PR. So you know that's pretty good. That's something to keep in mind coming into this tournament and
Yeah.
coming into the rest of the set. Town and City is the name of the game. So one thing that we're gonna keep in mind is spacing and combos for days because 87% off of one little string from and that is something you like to see from Ness. You know, you don't like to see that cheap stuff. You like to see that aggression show. And right now the aggression is being shown from as he steals the first stock very early.
Yeah, I was doing like a really good job at crossing up HelpR, and like it feel like it was like really hard for HelpR to kind of like play defense and kind of get around how was spacing.
Right.
All right, nice anti-answer. Oh,
Yeah,
this is a really bad spot.
Ooh, no. And just because of that recovery, as we all know, Falco's up B isn't the best of the Dark Fox characters. So that definitely cost him the stock. And now a 2-stock lead in favor of One thing we got to keep in mind is how the aggression was going to be played not only on stage, but off stage as well. Like I mentioned before, Falco doesn't have the best recovery. Aside from his jump, as that Nair's going to steal the stock, as the jump will play a factor. As to whether or not Falco will be able to make it back on stage, his up B, very vulnerable, very punishable. In this case, you've seen it play off already in favor. But also, we got to keep in mind, projectiles against the Falco's down B, that's also something that we got to keep in mind too.
Yeah, but like, it is a little bit harder to make use of that down B, simply because he has to be grounded. Like, he can't really use it up air just because of how low aerial side B is. Speaking of unfortunate things. Yeah, I'll kind of take that first game to an SD, but you know, wins win.
Unfortunate for HelpR there, he kind of tried a directional air dodge back to the ledge, but unfortunate for him, he bumped into the part of the stage where it's not the ledge, so that kind of pushed him back a little bit. And yeah, takes that game with ease. Definitely not the best way to start off a winner's semis, but you know what? HelpR's made it this far. He's been definitely proving something, and I don't expect him to slow down. It's probably just one bad game, but I can see him bouncing back from it.
Yeah, like, as you're saying, bouncing back, like, he was definitely starting to figure out what to do toward the end. It's just, when you have so much of a deficit, both mental and physical, and in reality,
right.
It's hard to, like, kind of make those comebacks. Like, even the most disciplined players, and, like, the cream of the crop, you don't really see like comebacks like that too often.
Oh yeah, but it's not more so of the comeback. At least for me, I believe it's not really much of a comeback. It's more about building up your momentum. So in that game, you saw he had a really slow start. It really wasn't doing him any favors. And despite that SE in the last stock, you saw him kind of battling back. He was able to steal the stock. So it said a lot about what he's able to do. As he gets the character swap too, we're gonna see the DDD, which honestly, I want to say this match is.
It seems a lot worse. So this match just kind of seems like a fun time for Mr. D3, because it's a lot of just like, I just feel like he can easily get his jump stuffed up with like rising forward air, and like if he gets a via side B, there's no chance of him getting out of it like at all.
Well, I mean, this is definitely a better stage pick. FD is the name of the game for both these characters. Both these characters do excel on this kind of stage, especially with the fact that there's nowhere to run. So you know what? Wherever their projectiles go, it's gonna only go in one spot, and it's gonna go right there on a flat stage. So right now, one thing that HelpR has to keep in mind is how he utilizes those Gordos. Why? Because basically any projectile or any aerial attack from Ness will instantly just push that Gordo away, and with like so much strength too into it. So that's a lot of and a PSI magnet. Keep that in mind.
Like the magnet is a thing, but like especially in this matchup, only the start of hitbox can really do something to the magnet. Like I was gonna point out the fact that there aren't any platforms.
Right.
Like all loves to do run off like platform side B, and he kind of has to like put himself at a little bit more risk because he doesn't have a platform to hide behind.
Yeah, but one thing DDD has to do in this game is keep Ness in the air, and just like HelpR was doing right there, he has Ness at disadvantage, and yes sir, gonna hit him with that hammer and send him to the depths of hell with that. And now HelpR's starting off really strong, definitely an improvement from game one.
Alright. Yeah, this is the Mega actually saving him, but yeah, he's just grabbed anyways.
So like with DDD's invincibility with up B, is it like impossible to break.
He has super armor all the way, like while he's rising, he doesn't lose the super armor until he starts falling.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, so you know right there, that was good awareness from HelpR staying alive, but now it's an even game coming from both these characters, both these players right now playing at their best, but it seems like the aggression is now going in favor of as he has his opponent cornered and off stage once again, but the Gordo gonna save HelpR in this situation.
Good grab, yeah. He barely got under that air attempt, and like he's really starting to punish for just trying to throw out hitboxes to like protect himself. Like he's doing such a phenomenal job at like microspacing himself around it.
Right. Yeah, he's doing really good right now, and you see him just playing the patient game. He's just waiting for trying to catch his patterns with his jumps, with the aerials that he throws out, or even with the projectiles that he's being thrown out. And right now you see HelpR playing with just so much thought. Like he's putting so much thought process into what he's gonna do next. And these Gordos have definitely been doing favors as he baits them out, but not gonna get the kill yet. Off stage though is once again.
Really, I'm honestly like kind of surprised that Jet Hammer didn't take it, because like they Omega buffed that move. That move is so strong now. But yeah, like, I was having such a tough time trying to get out of these like ledge scenarios.
Yeah, you see him in disadvantage right now, and especially at 124%. Is he able to seal the stock? Nope. But it's gonna put him in disadvantage. And ooh, I like what HelpR did there, placing the Gordo in a spot where he was gonna be able to hit in that scenario. And right now, once again, in a bad scenario is multi jabs, but the back air will take it.
HelpR's really trying to look out for like watch for these ledge scenarios, and that's something that has to really be like mindful for, because every time he puts himself at ledge, HelpR gets more and more data in order to pressure him and finally find the opening that he's looking for.
Oh, and that will do it. We will be going to game 3, and the DDD switch was definitely something that HelpR needed in order to win this game. Definitely, it was a risk, knowing the fact that DDD does struggle against a character like Ness, but it paid dividends, and you see right here why DDD was the factor. We'll be going on to game 3. So going into game 3, what kind of stages could we seeing coming in from us?
Yeah, I'm expecting on a Battlefield or PS2, because like was having a really tough time with like Gordos, because he didn't have any platforms to rely on in order to break up kind of the flow of like when and where HelpR could like throw out Gordos.
Yeah, it was definitely a good stage pick for HelpR in that situation, but let's see if it's gonna help him out in this game 3. I do see PS2 as the stage pick for sure, and we're not gonna see a character swap, not whatsoever. Is sticking true to his roots, sticking true to his main. He definitely was bouncing back towards the end of that game 2 as well. So you know, it's all about resiliency. It's all about how strong your mental game is, more than your talent and what you can do in the game. It's all about what your mental state is while you're playing the game as well.
Yeah, so going to PS2, just like the great Sage Hunk predicted. Is already doing out pretty well. He's able to keep this like ledge scenario, which is huge. DD like has some good mix-ups at ledge, but his thing is that he has like he can definitely struggle if you place your hitboxes right.
Yeah, something that's going to be a key factor here is who maintains center stage. And you can see right now, has been keeping HelpR at the corner. Every time that HelpR try to get in or try to make himself get center stage or get the advantage, you see right there, just one step ahead of him. Once again, has this man at 87% and just baiting him out with that PK Thunder, going for the PK Rocket, but not going to connect there.
Interesting, trying to use the inhale in order to kind of like reflect the what's it called? The PK fire. That's something that like it could be huge in this matchup, depending on like if he can actually get the PK fire reflect he's looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something we haven't been really seeing much from HelpR, utilizing that inhale to, scoop up those projectiles and throw them back at But you know what? It doesn't seem like he needs it, because right now it's an even game. Both these players just battling it out, and HelpR continuously going off stage, but surviving somehow. You're not seeing really much aggression coming in from when it comes to edge guarding, and it's not paying off for him right here.
Yeah, like we've seen a couple times that like when he has tried to go off stage, he ends up getting like hitting the super armor and the up B and getting reverse edge guard. So I feel like it's just like a learning experience where like he's just rather keep the ledge position, which is a lot safer, rather than put himself out there and risk like getting a reverse edge guard or reverse ledge trap.
Oh, and the back air will take the stock, and now at even percents and even stocks. Once again, this game 3, both these players definitely are battling it out with everything that they have, but one step ahead and has a percent lead. But once again, allowing DDD to get back on stage. I mean, even the utilization of that yo-yo could have been a key factor, and we have been seeing how consistent is with those yo-yos, but he hasn't really been utilizing that in these last 2 games.
Yeah, it's definitely a matter of like the major difference between like Falcon and Falco and DDD is that like I feel like that super armor while rising plays a huge part of like using the yo-yo charge, because like with Falco you can probably hit him like before his 2-frame, whereas HelpR because of that super armor you can only really hit him during the 2-frame.
Right now, both these players just keeping their space, and none of them want to approach, but these PK fires have been coming out left and right for and doing him wonders as he has the percent lead. But let's see. It's not about how much damage you can rack up. It's about how early you can take your opponent's stock. And once again, off stage. Oh, but nice catch and good awareness from HelpR there. Nice.
Yeah. They're really doing a great job just hiding behind these platforms and using them like as a wall to kind of like counter zone each other with. Like we're seeing right here is that like he's using his Gordos at certain angles, so that way Arlen can't really utilize a platform and has a hard time like getting in horizontally.
Yeah, in the beginning of when he did the DDD swap, he was a bit skeptical of using those Gordos, but it feels like HelpR's finally found a way to utilize them in a way where he can bait and punish his opponent. It's like he wants to hit that Gordo so he can punish him for it, but in this case, that time is gonna pay dividends for as he's racked up 88% once again in his final stock. HelpR probably looking at a potential loser's run if later on.
Wow, missed the on the up air. He was at like 160, so like I feel like you just die even with good DI.
Yeah. Oh,
reflect on it. Alright, good air dodge. But I guess that Gordo kind of just disappeared, so.
Yeah. Home run for Ness. Good stuff right there. And he's still showing signs of life. HelpR definitely trying to find his moment to get in. Good reads coming out though from keeping him off stage once again. Gonna get punished though with that up air. Oh, I like it. Drag down.
Down.
But he didn't get. He lived. Wow. That actually is very surprising to me. Oh! We got sniped there, and it's still not enough. Even at 168%, HelpR still living it out. Has a chance, especially with Rage. That can do DDD so much wonders right now.
Oh! What?
Oh, he went overhead. That like hit his shield late. Since he jumped out of his shield late, he was able to get out of there. Good stuff. Yeah.
Whoa, what the heck was that?
Nice there, yeah. The thing was that like he had so much rage, like he has like so much rage accumulated at that percent that like one good 50-50 read and I was just dead.
Yeah. But I was able to like just go for it, man. He said, I don't care what percent you're at, I don't care what percent I'm at, I don't care what move you're gonna throw out. I'm just gonna go for it all and just seal your stock. And this man just went in and said nair.